Welcome to Will Watches. This is episode 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Last episode was more of a reintroduction to all the characters, just kind of catching up where they are now. We saw Bucky's kind of going around making amends for what happened when he was the Winter Soldier. And now Sam's given up the shield to the military, who have now given it to this new Captain America. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes with that, who this new guy is. And we also saw kind of Sam catching up with his family because he's been gone for 5 years, and his family, his sisters, having some like financial troubles. And we were also introduced to this new villainous group, the Flag Smashers, who I'm not quite sure how villainous they actually are and what they're trying to achieve. Because they say they're for open borders, but what we've seen so far is kind of a bank robbery, so we don't really know their goals or how they're trying to achieve things. I realised that in the last episode we never actually saw Sam and Bucky interact, and that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to. So hopefully that will happen this episode. I imagine it will, because why wouldn't it? We still haven't seen Zemo or Sharon Carter, so I do wonder when they will come along. I know Sharon Carter's in this because of the end credits scene, the credits. She's there, so she must show up at some point. There's also this new character, Torres, who's Sam's like assistant, but something about him, it seems like he could go down the wrong path at some point, or I don't know what it is. There's just something about kind of his personality where it seems like he could go down a darker path, and it feels like he has the right intentions but could end up just being misled and doing wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know. There's just something about his personality that leads me to believe that. Before we get into the episode, consider checking out the Patreon. Over there you'll find early access to shows that aren't currently airing, full-length timer-based reactions, and polls to decide upcoming shows and movies. Is this him? Yeah. My boy Zook. John Williams was his name, wasn't it?
Everybody in the world expects me to be something.
Okay, so they're making him sympathetic. He's not just a straight up asshole all the time.
I don't want to fail them. Good morning, America. Good morning.
It's always been in the job description.
So he's in the army.
It comes with expectations, brother. You can't just punch your way out of problems anymore. You know?
Is just going to be, is he actually going to be a hero, or is it just like he's just being paraded around as one? This is just like when Cap used to be in that musical. It's kind of like the publicity, which Cap hated. He wanted to be an actual soldier. He looks a lot better without the helmet on.
Received 3 Medals of Honor, ran RS-1 missions in counterterrorism and hostage rescue. The government did a study of your body at MIT, and you tested off the charts.
Oh, okay, so he's got the moves. He's not just...
Shouldn't have given up the shield.
Good to see you.
Hey, they're finally meeting in an argument.
I'm working, all right? So all this outrage is gonna have to wait.
You didn't know that was gonna happen?
No, of course I didn't know that was gonna happen. You think it didn't break my heart to see them march him out there and call him the new Captain America?
This isn't what Steve wanted.
Oh my God, so what do you want me to do? Call America and tell him I changed my mind? Huh?
Yeah, you can't really turn back now.
It's a great
Big 3.
androids, aliens, and wizards.
That's not it.
Ando.
I read The Hobbit in 1937. When it was
So you see my point?
No, I don't. There are no wizards.
Doctor Strange
Is a sorcerer.
a sorcerer.
I love that banter.
Where's the chute?
We're 200 feet. It's too low for a chute.
I don't need it anyway.
Is he gonna jump? Cap at least had his shield when he did it.
Yeah.
Are you Bucky? His arm's vibrating. Is he gonna like land on his arm? Yeah, not quite as elegant as Cap.
Look at you. All stealthy. Little time in Wakanda and you come out
White Panther.
It's actually White Wolf.
Huh?
Does he actually have the like title White Wolf? Is he actually gonna get that? Because White Wolf has a suit.
So they're strong, whatever. All right, let's
So they're all enhanced. Oh, wow, Bucky's fast.
They're stealing medicine, vaccines.
Vaccines. What for? She's not hostage. She's with them. Nah.
You okay?
Yeah. So do they all have super soldier serum? How much is there to go around? That's... Oh, shit. So they actually have him out doing hero work. He's got the moves. He can use the shield and stuff. Oh. It's the usual trope where they'd get hit by that sign, but they just plowed right through it. That was cool. Oh, it's got a gun. Did Cap ever use a gun?
Those were all super soldiers.
Mm.
I know.
Is this a vaccine that they're transporting the super soldier serum? There was a lot of it.
Okay.
That's a good move, that little shield throw to save him. But he's just a regular guy. He doesn't stand a chance against these. Yeah.
You know what? I can actually see it. I can see the gear. Oh, them elf.
Someone must be manufacturing it. Oh, they hate him already. They don't even give him a chance.
Pretty sure.
He's working really close with the military, which is kind of what Cap was against in Civil War.
Yeah.
You ever jump on top of a grenade?
Yeah, actually I have 4 times. It's a thing I do with my helmet. It's a reinforced helmet. Look, it's 20 miles to the airport. You guys need a ride.
Sam could just fly. Just carry Bucky.
They say their mission is to get things back to the way it was during the blip. Maybe they're just trying to help.
You got a funny way of showing it.
It's hard to know what the actual plan is.
Great track record. Kind of the government.
Hoskins. I'm Battlestar. John Spartan.
He even has a black sidekick.
To replace Steve. I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be. That's it.
They make him quite likable.
It's always that last line.
They're trying to make him sympathetic, which I like. He's not just straight up villain. But I feel like he's gonna be pushed too far.
Be famished, very hungry. Okay, my wife and I cooked. It's an old family recipe made with the finest.
His accent changed. It was like Scottish at first, and now it's...
Anything becoming a bit of a legend. I hear more and more people.
Is she the leader?
Fighters who are pushing. My wife and I
Or is this just like a sect of the flag smashers that are here and she's the leader of that?
really nice and cozy. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome.
This has your name written all over.
So they were stealing whatever those vaccines are.
Thank you.
Supporting the cause like this?
We're not playing no more.
Oh, she's English.
Same assholes because after tomorrow there's no going back.
But how is what they're doing going to go back to the way? Are they just going to kill half the people? They're going to re-snap?
You all right?
If they're just kind of... They've got the right cause, but the wrong methods.
Do you remember what happened the last time we stole it?
Maybe.
I'll help you in case you forgot. Sharon was branded enemy of the state, and Steve and I were on the run for 2 years.
Still haven't seen Sharon.
I don't know about you. I don't want to live the rest of my life in La Vida Loca. We just got our ass handed to us by super soldiers, and we got nothing.
I feel like they're going to have to work against the government at some point. Especially with John Walker working for the government. They're going to have to go rogue.
Hey, it's Black Falcon!
Just Falcon, kid.
We're here to see Isaiah.
Nobody named Isaiah live here.
Look, we just want to
It's in the guy from the comics, the Black Captain America, Isaiah.
Y'all can leave now.
I forgot his second name.
We met in 51.
If by met you mean I whooped your ass. Yeah, you think you can wake up one day and decide who you want to be? It doesn't work like that. Well, maybe it does for folks like you.
Oh.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
He's still strong.
You know what they did to me for being a hero? They put my ass in jail for 30 years. People running tests.
A great performance.
Blood.
Isaiah.
Get out of my house!
Let's go, man. Let's go.
I don't know who that actor is, but he's great.
Why didn't you tell me about... What's up, man?
Is there a problem here?
No, we're just talking.
We're fine.
Did I see your ID?
I don't have ID.
Man,
Why?
seriously?
Just sir, just calm down.
I am calm. What do you want? We're just standing here talking.
Hand of a gun, fuck off.
Hey, look, is this guy bothering
No,
you?
he's not bothering me. Do you know who this is?
They're not shying away, you know, in the show
Really sorry about this.
from tackling systematic racism and stuff.
Just wait here, okay? So just...
We had a tiny glimpse of it in the first episode with them trying to get the loan. Like an old hero and he's just living in that rundown house.
That was not me.
Christina! Great to see you again.
Oh, they even called him Captain America in the subtitles.
You too, Sam.
No, it's okay. I'll be out here with my...
That wasn't a request.
This is their couples therapy from the trailer.
Better.
In my miracle, he would talk less.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Isn't that ironic?
You guys are leaving me with no choice. It's time for the soul gazing exercise.
I like this one.
God.
Well, which way
Why do you have to have your
right or
legs
left?
open? You know what? Fine, here.
The shippers are gonna go mad over this.
Why'd you give up that shield?
Why are you making such a big deal out of something that has nothing to do with you?
Steve believed in you. He trusted you. He gave you that shield for a reason. That shield, that is everything he stood for. That is his legacy. He gave you that shield and you threw it away like
It's, Steve gave up the shield as well. It's not the shield that's Steve.
But can you accept that I did what I thought was right?
Hmm. I love the character exploration more between these two.
So how about this?
You never really get that much time to sit with them in the movies.
Look, if we divide ourselves, we don't stand a chance. You guys know that.
He has a point. They're going to end up working against each other and getting conflict.
Where's she now, Walker? Do you know?
No, we don't know, Bucky.
I'm calling him Bucky. He didn't even like when Sam did that, so...
Take it easy. Look, Walker's right. It is imperative that we find them and stop them. But you guys have rules of engagement and all kind of authorizations.
Yeah. Civil War is just what Cap was against.
Stay the hell out of my way.
Oof. Yeah. He's going down the wrong path. Part of it does feel like if Sam and Bucky had just worked with him, maybe he wouldn't feel forced to go down a darker path.
One world, one people.
Like that adding depth to the Flag Smashers as well. They're not just straight up evil.
Isaiah said my people.
Don't take that to heart. That's not what he meant.
No, he meant Hydra. Hydra used to be my people.
Oh.
Not a chance.
Walker doesn't have any leads.
I know where you're going with this, and no.
He knows all of Hydra's secrets. Don't you remember Siberia?
So you're just gonna go sit in a room with this guy?
Zemo.
Yes.
He can't be in... Zemo knows the words. He would just activate Sam. Bucky.
We're gonna go see Zemo.
Oh. Ooh. Chills. The classical music. What? I think Zemo must have a bigger part to play in this than just them going to see him. He's going to be doing things behind the scenes. Chessboard. Here he is. Okay, so that was episode 2. So we kind of started off introducing this new Captain America figure, John Walker. And the start is very much like when Cap used to do these stage plays, it was really reminiscent of that. And I think if you kind of were just looking at the surface level, this Captain America is very similar to Cap. But when you go deeper, it's almost the opposite of what Cap stood for, because Cap really hated that performatism and how he wanted to actually be in the action and help people, when at the start he was just on stage and was just being shown around. And then also we see that John Walker's kind of being controlled by the government, which is what Cap was against in Civil War. So he's kind of like the antithesis of what Cap actually wanted to be, even though he has the same mantle and is like patriotic. It's not authentic to Cap. So the Flag Smashers, it was kind of a misdirect with the previous episode on who the leader is. And it seems like this Carly girl has, I don't know if she is the leader or she's the leader of this like specific group of the Flag Smashers. So there might even be another person even bigger. And I do suspect Zemo might have something to do with it. I think everything's interconnected. And we actually saw this text that Carly got saying, "You stole what was not mine." And all of these Flag Smashers are super soldiers, and they're carrying this medicine or vaccine, which I think is quite obviously going to be super soldier serum. So I suspect that text is actually from John Walker, because when he was in that fight, he didn't stand a chance. And what differentiates him in his mind from being actual Captain America is the super soldier serum. But in reality, that's not the only thing that disconnects him from actually becoming a full-fledged Captain America. It's the mentality as well, which he probably thinks he has, but he doesn't really. Yeah, so I think he's going after them so he can get this super soldier serum for himself. And you see, like, at the start, he is presented as a nice guy, and he's trying to present himself as a nice guy. But then at the end, when he kind of threatens Sam and Bucky, his true colors come out. And that lighting, when he had his kind of half his face was covered in red lighting, it was really nice, showing his darker side. So Sam and Bucky, we finally got to see them actually interact and had some great banter, as always. It's nice to just have extra screen time. That's what these Disney Plus shows do great, is they just give time for you to flesh out the characters. Because, like, altogether in the MCU, how much time with Sam and Bucky do we actually get? Because there's so many characters in these movies. There's probably only an hour or two collective screen time across them. And then we've got this show that's 6 hours long, so you can work a lot more with that. What I really like is the show isn't hiding away from these deeper issues like systematic racism, with Isaiah and Sam and Bucky being stopped by the police. So in the first episode, we got a hint of it with this loan scene, but this is going much more deeper into it. I think that's because on the Disney Plus shows, they don't have to worry about the same things they do with the movies. Like, they don't have to worry about pandering to China and other markets and stuff, because we've seen a lot of movies are hesitant to have LGBTQ characters because of China and the box office there. And then in WandaVision, for example, we're introduced to Speed and Wiccan, who are LGBTQ characters when they grow up a bit more. I don't know, because they're kind of setting up the new Avengers. I don't know if the new Avengers will be a Disney Plus show or a full-on movie. If it's a Disney Plus show, then they can explore that side without having to worry about the Chinese influence and having to pander to China. But yeah, it was just nice to see them tackling things a bit deeper, because I've seen some people criticize the show, even though there's only been one episode, of how it's kind of military propaganda. I know the military does give money to Marvel for these movies because the military is involved in some senses. But I remember with Avengers, the military actually pulled back, I think, because of how they were portrayed. They didn't like it and they took some of the money back or something along those lines. I'm not sure on the full details. And I had seen this TikTok kind of criticizing how the Flag Smashers were portrayed in the first episode, saying how they portrayed them as evil. But I think, how could you judge that just on that first episode when they had barely 5 minutes of screen time, and you were seeing from this other episode that they are sympathetic and they're giving characterization to some of these characters, especially Carly, who's like this leader. And we still haven't really seen what their plan is, because I imagine what's happening is they have a good cause, but they're just lost in their ways, similar to what's happening with the new Captain America, John Walker. And I do like that John Walker isn't just this straight up villain. He's shown as sympathetic, and you can see why the government would choose him, because he has the resume. He has, these war medals and achievements, and he has the moves. We saw that clip of him throwing the shield. It was just like Cap. And the only thing holding him back from being Cap in his mind, as I've said, is the super soldier serum. But in reality, that's not actually what's holding back from him being a true Captain America, is it? So it looks like in the next episode, we're finally going to get introduced to Zemo. And I think he must have a much bigger part to play. We've seen kind of in the end credits scene, in the credits, there's his classic mask. So I think at some point he's going to escape from this jail cell. And we know that he can have influence over Bucky. I don't know, maybe he is behind the Flag Smashers, and because his cause has to have changed from now, because before it was just to take down the Avengers, but now the Avengers, we don't really know what kind of state they're in after Endgame. So maybe he does believe the world was better during the blip when the Avengers weren't around. I talked about it a bit before the episode, but Torres, this kind of military figure that was helping Sam, I feel like he could go bad. There's just something off about him. He seems very devoted to the military. So if Sam and Bucky are going against that now, I see him teaming up with John Walker and Battlestar and going against Sam and Bucky, because they're kind of defecting from the military and the government. The one thing I love with superhero movies is when kind of the villain is born out of the hero's choices, and it seems like this could be what's happening with John Walker. If Sam and Bucky had just worked with him, would he go down the path that he's about to go down? Thank you for watching. Consider leaving a like and a comment, or even subscribing to the channel, and check out Patreon if you want to see early access or full-length timer-based reactions and polls for upcoming shows and movies. Okay, thanks for watching.